Good morning, friends, and welcome. Let's start our class today with a prayer together. Heavenly Father, Divine Mother, friend, beloved God, great gurus, Jesus Christ, Babaji Krishna, Lahiri Mahashaya, Swami Sri Yukteswarji, beloved Master Paramahansa Yogananda Ji, saints of all religions, we bow at thy feet. O beloved Guru, we honor thee at this time of thy birth. We bow at thy feet again and again with deep love, gratitude for all that you have given to us in this lifetime. We thank thee over and over for thy presence in our lives. Om Shanti Shanti. We'll watch a video of some photos of Master and listen to the beautiful song, O Master. Then we'll have a short talk by Swamiji, and then we'll continue. Welcome again, friends.
Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. The time has come for us to see that there's but one reality upon the earth and high above, the truth that all was made from love. A love that calls to us to fly above the hills, above the sky, above the storms, above the pain, a land where peace and laughter reign. O Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may thy wisdom guide our ways. Guide all our hopes and all our dreams, past every glow that only seems, into the light, the inner sun, into the truth that we're all one. Help us to find in every hour, in every thought, in every flower, the joy that spans eternity, the truth that makes us ever free. O Master, may thy joy fill our days. O Master, may thy wisdom guide our way.
This great master is as much alive today as he was when he had his physical body. Reading stories about him, hearing stories about him, this is wonderful because it shows us a divine life, divinely lived. But it should also help us to see what we can aspire to in ourselves. And the most important thing to understand is that Master is that aspect of his consciousness that is not a human consciousness. His consciousness was infinite. He was keeping this little body together but his mind was not here. I remember out at the desert after he had finished writing his commentaries on the Bhagavad Gita, and he was walking with me around the compound at 29 Palms, and he was walking very slowly, and sometimes he'd sway like this, and I'd have to sort of catch him so he wouldn't fall. And he said, "It's so difficult. I'm in every body. It's so difficult to keep just this one body going." But he was in that cosmic state where he could come down the ladder, up the ladder. He could come down into this world and act and laugh and joke. And yet behind everything there was a purpose. And often that purpose was one he never explained. He let you meditate on it. I used to, as I've grown over the years, slightly at least, looking back, I've thought, what a poor disciple I was. There was so much I didn't understand that over the years, meditating on the episodes with him, meditating on the things that he had told me and things he had done, gradually it began to come clear what he was trying to say to me. And I wish I could be with him now. But then I realize even now what a poor disciple I would be, because there's so much more to learn. The only really completely perfect disciple he had was Rajarshi. In reading, I should say, I haven't finished the book of Durga Matas, the one thing that amazed me about Rajarshi was his ability to take a simple word from Master and turn it like that and go with it forever. It didn't take him years of trying, well, I'm working on it, Master. Well, I'm trying. Well, with your grace, I hope I can overcome it. Master told him, for instance, don't be so critical. He never criticized again. That's incredible. That kind of power, of willpower, of strength, is something you very rarely find. He was so sweet and loving and calm, but he was also so strong. He can be a wonderful example for us in those ways. And all of the close disciples, in one way or another, have captured an essence, an aspect of Master. And so also these guests that we have with us, each one has had his own particular experience of Master and can explain Master in a particular way. It's like a diamond. You turn it in different directions and you see different colors coming from it because of the different facets and the prismatic effect. And so each disciple captures one or another, or sometimes several qualities of the Master. But it's very important to have that kind of contact. It's important because through that, I mean, if a Master can touch a stone and bless it, and you feel that you've got a wonderful opportunity to hold that stone in your hand, how much greater is a life changed that Master touched. And so this power that he brought into the world to change the West is something that will continue through those who knew him, through those who knew us, through those who know you. Gradually it would expand out over many, many generations to touch the world.
Good morning again, friends. It's a very joyful time at Master's birthday time. I'm here in Calcutta, and we're having a big weekend processional and a play of Master's life and Kriya and various other programs to honor our Guru. And when there's a birthday, we have the thought of a gift. What gift can we give? And that's something to think about at this time. And I was thinking before that, though, what are all the gifts? There's so many gifts that Master, our Guru, has given us. First of all, he gave himself. The energy, the devotion to God that he had, the desire for God that he implanted in our hearts, the longing for us, to help us to be able to come out of delusion and doubt and worries and fears, and for us to be able to uplift ourselves in a higher consciousness. the power of Master to change our consciousness. I mean, he came with the power of God. And so the first gift he gave was the gift of himself. And the guru gives to the disciple as much as the disciple is able to hold. If you have a small cup, he'll give you that much. If you open yourself more, he'll give you more. But Master gave so beautifully to think about his experience of God to those who are able to hold as much as you could hold, the light that he lived and saw all the time, the vibration that he had of God, has of God, the sound of Om, the experience of God that he had in meditation. He gave that. He's giving that to the disciples. It's the greatest gift is his own experience of God that he pours into the disciple. And also to inflame the disciple with a longing to know God. So the first part is Master's first gift he gave was himself. And to be able to merit a guru in this lifetime is a great, great blessing. One disciple said to Master, I don't know if I have very good karma. And Master said, listen, it takes very, very, very good karma to even want to know God. And so we have that good karma. We've merited a great guru and the line of masters to help us to come out of delusion. So the first gift is Master gave himself to the disciples as our father, mother, friend, beloved, guide, channel for God. He said, no one dwells in this temple now but God. And so that was the first gift. The second is his teachings, is the techniques that he gave of Kriya, the path of Kriya Yoga, the energization, Hangsa, Om, Kriya itself, higher Kriya techniques, all the teachings that he gave of how to live a life of a Kriyaban, of a disciple, of a yogi in this world, besides other practices of affirmations and chanting and all the lectures he gave and the various, my goodness, the autobiography of a yogi is so inspiring just in itself to change one's consciousness. So he gave teachings, he gave techniques, and also teachings of how to live in this world. When Babaji told Lahiri Mahashaya he gave him Kriya, and then he sent him back to his family. He said, you go back, don't stay with us here. Go back to your family, go back to your responsibilities, to your job. And Lahiri Mahashaya went back as a model, as an example. Master lived in places where it wasn't the Himalayas, it wasn't a cave. He taught us how to live in Delhi and Calcutta and Los Angeles. He founded his organization in Los Angeles. He lived in Boston. He lived in Calcutta. He lived in big cities to also show that yoga is available now and can be lived and practiced where you are. That's a great gift. And Master said too, out of his teachings, he gave so much. He said, if you did 1/100th of what I've given you, you can realize the highest in yourself. 1/100th, he gave so much. And thirdly, he gave a great disciple, Swamiji, we just saw in that video. He sent Swamiji to us, a direct disciple, to show us by example of life, to train us, to live with us, to live among us, to inspire us, to teach us, to show us how Master showed him, teach us how Master taught him, teach us the various techniques, teach us how to live in communion with God and attunement with God. When I came to Swamiji, I didn't really know much of anything, but he was very clear on the teachings. This is how you energize. I remember once he asked me, do you energize? And I wasn't doing energization very much at all at that time. Thank God it was long back, decades, but he said, you must do it. And this is how you must do it. And the same with all the practices. This is how you practice Hong Sa. This is how you do the Om technique. This is how you do Kriya. And we had Kriya every month. And Swamiji would give Kriya so many times and gave us the higher Kriyas. And then he just would show us how to live in joy. And no matter what you did and how to give your whole life to God and gurus. That's an amazing thing. He inspired us to give our whole life. Seek ye first the kingdom of God. Give everything you have, even keeping your job, but still have your heart and your mind and your soul focused on God alone. God alone. This is what we learned from Swamiji through his example, through the thousands of lectures that he gave, through all the Kriya initiations that he gave, through the 150 books on every topic you can imagine, on success and prosperity and health and healing and education and on and on and on. And of course, the scriptures and the Bhagavad Gita and various things he wrote about, the life, the teachings of Jesus Christ. He wrote on all the topics to be able to show Master's teachings were everything that could be applied to every aspect of one's life, relationship and child rearing and on and on and on. And the music that he wrote, to have lived with such a great soul, such a great disciple. I remember I was at a talk of Swamiji's, helping to give the lecture of Swamiji's once in Italy, and there were different ones of us on the panel speaking about Swamiji's life. And one person spoke about education, another on communities, another on a various topic. And anyway, we all spoke on different topics. And afterwards, Swamiji heard about that program. And in the evening, he spoke and he said, it's nice to remember all of that. But he said, it really, the thing I want to be remembered as is a good disciple, period. He didn't say a great disciple. He said a good disciple. That's how I want to be remembered. And that's who he was. Even though he gave his whole life, he gave everything. And also he started communities. And that's the last point I want to bring up. There's so many gifts Master gave, but how many can you give in 20 minutes? But one more is Sangha, Satsanga, community, Guru Bhais, people who are with you on the path, spiritual family, who encourage you, who support you, who lovingly help you, who lovingly guide you, who, when you are in need of something. I kid sometimes with this, but it's really true. You can call a so-called friend and say, I'm having a hard time, and they likely will say, well, so am I. But you call a Guru Bhai, someone who's with you on the path. They'll help you in any way. I'll send you a picture of Master. Let's go to the center and chant. Let's get to the kirtan. I'll come over and help you. I'll send you an affirmation. I'll send you something I read of Guruji. I'll send you a photo. On and on and on. The blessing of Guru Bhais. This is a great gift of Master. Online community, home study, but with help and guidance. Acharyas that will help you. Kriya acharyas that answer your questions on Kriya, that are available, accessible. This isn't always. And then you can come to a center and meditate and chant and have satsang and go to a meditation group and go online and get inspiration. This is a great gift. I tried on my own before Ananda. It's very difficult, much more difficult than if you have a spiritual family who loves you and cares for you and helps you and supports you and encourages you. This is a great gift from Master. So as we remember these gifts, the other side of it is, what gift do we have to give our Guru? What gifts would be even better? But now, in thinking of this time of Master's birth, think of what gift you want to give to the Guru. Seva, more service in some way, your heart's devotion, more sadhana, a better attitudes, less fear or worry or anger or emotions or more dedication and commitment to the practices. There's so many gifts. I think Master would be so pleased to receive those gifts from all of us. Let us think in these next couple of days what gift we want to give the Guru, or gifts, and let us lay them at his feet at this holy time, the sacred time of Master's birth in this world. He came to free us. Let us go with him and be free with him in the light and the joy of God. God bless you at this holy time of Master's birthday. I'll ask Nitendra to join on screen now. We have a couple of questions.
Thank you, Dhyanaji. You already mentioned about the gift that we can give to Master. So the next question, Dhyanaji, is how can we seek his guidance in our daily life?
After meditation, there are many ways, but after meditation, when your mind is calm, when you're centered, when you feel uplifted, when you're in a higher consciousness, he can hear you more. And you can hear him more. If you're restless, if you're nervous, if you're upset, if you're worried and fearful and all of that, how can God come through to you? And your mind it's like a radio with static. You can't hear the program so well, but if the static's not there, you can hear more. I think for most people, their prayers have a lot of static. There's a lot of restlessness. And then the heart is full of static. And that's where you can feel Master's guidance. You can feel which direction to go in. So you have to calm the mind from that static. And you have to calm the heart. Calming the heart, both of them come from the practices. As you meditate more, as you energize more, do more yoga postures, do the practices, you don't even have to always put out. I hope you understand what I mean. You don't have to always call. Master's always there. I remember Swamiji was always in that presence, that bhav of the Guru. You could just look at his eyes. Sometimes you come in the room and he was sitting and you just knew Master was with him. And one time when he was writing on the Bhagavad Gita, he told us Master was there. We asked him because you could feel in the whole house. This was in Gurgaon. And we said, is Master here? Because he said, Master's writing this through me. He said very clearly. We said, and it only took him 2 months, 600 pages. The essence of the Bhagavad Gita, Master's words, as remembered by Swamiji. And he said, yes, he's here. And there are times I know you all must feel that his presence is there. And so how do you feel it more? Calm yourself. Go within. Open your heart to devotion rather than emotion. Be more centered in yourself. Be in more uplifted environments when you can, as you can. Read his books. Read the lessons. Come to Kriya. Come to the satsangs. Go to the kirtans. I mean, there's so much you can do. And afterwards, you surely feel Master's presence. So it's not just when you're in dire need, you're calling out. I mean, dire need, you need to call out as well, but it should be all the time. He's with me. He walks with me. He talks with me. He tells me I'm his own. This is a beautiful song we used to sing in our church. I apply it to Master now that he's with you all the time. So the question is, where are you, isn't it? It's not where is he, it's where are you? So in this year, this time, just really get more centered in yourself. People are so, anything goes wrong, they're emotional, they're upset and they're worried, and it's just not worth it. I remember once I was with one of my sisters, and this was recently, and someone else was with us, an elderly person, and they had to have their way. So they, anything my sister was saying, the other person, oh, that's not. And after a while, I could see my sister getting more and more upset. And I just looked at her and I just quietly said, Lori, it's not worth it. And she stopped. And really, it's not worth it. Is it worth it? You come to the end of your life and you still have the delusions you had at the beginning and the wrong attitudes. And it's time to really clean those up. Think about it. Let them go. How do you let them go? Deeper sadhana, Guru's grace, and devotion. If you get those going strongly enough, you'll see things just falling away. I remember I used to be, years back, moody. Now people would say, well, what's wrong with you? I don't know, nothing. You know, there was nothing wrong, but just sink into a mood because it's just, I don't really understand what it was. But anyway, way long gone, like decades gone. But I never even noticed when it left. Everybody's got things or we wouldn't be here. So just try to get more centered in yourself. Take Master's hand. He's the power. You do the 25%, he gives 25%. His Shakti behind your efforts. That's power. An avatar giving you power. Babaji, Larry Mashai, all the gurus empowering your direction that you want to change. You have to do it. And then God's grace is 50%. You open yourself up and that grace just pours in. I've seen it. You've seen it. So the final thing I'll say about that, don't be weak. It's not a path for weaklings. This is a path for warriors. Be a warrior. Give it everything you've got. You fall down, get back up. Something goes wrong, don't hang on to it. Keep going. Forget the past. Swami Sri Teswarji said, everything will improve if you're making the spiritual effort now. That should be the motto always for the devotee. Everything is improving because I'm making the spiritual effort. Any other questions?
Yes, Dhyanaji, one last question. So how can we become part of the mission that Master had for the Dwapara Yuga?
You have to be a part of it for one. You can't sit on the couch and hope everything's going to work. Master said seva helps your meditation. Meditation helps your seva. You get involved. Ask at the centers, what can I do? Not what am I getting? What are you going to give? What are you willing to give? And whatever you're willing to give, you get that back. And 1,000-fold, I would say. When I first started on the path, I just was willing to do anything. I didn't know anything, but I said, okay, I'll learn the harmonium. I couldn't play very well. And so they said, maybe don't play the harmonium. Then I said, well, I'll bake the cookies. I'll bring cookies, and the cookies didn't taste so good. Well, don't bring cookies next time. I just I said, anything, I'll do anything. And that's what you have. It's not like I want to be a teacher. No. It's like, I'll do anything for my guru. Master, what do you want me to do? And really ask him, what do you want me to do? Not, I want to. And when you have the right spirit, then he guides you. He says, okay, I need you to go and take the prasad and the flowers to the center. Now I need you to go and drive this person such and such a place. They need a ride. And I need you to pray for this person. I need you to teach this class and learn how to teach yoga so that you can teach yoga, and learn how to teach meditation so you can help people. And there's so many ways you can serve. Work on the website. There's so many things you can do. Be a mentor for people. But I want to say that at Ananda, we wear all the hats. I just have to say that. It's not, I'm better than you because I do this and you don't do that. I think that's a problem. And that's not a good thing to have. So I remember Jayaji and I would go around, and Shankarji and various ones. We did anything, set up the chairs at the program, set up the altar, sell the books, do the registration, mop the floor, anything, just to get Master's work out there. So I would say, don't think, do. Don't think about it. Just say, Guruji, I'm here to help. Get to the center, get online, ask the online people, what can I do to help? There's so many ways to serve, and you'll find as you do, you're changed so quickly. Without that, it takes forever. What do I mean by change? Your attitudes change, your energy levels change, your magnetism changes, your consciousness level changes, your aura changes, your smile changes, your eye, everything changes because you're giving yourself to God and gurus. What a great gift, Master. What can I do to help you? And if you just shifted from what am I going to get to what can I do to help you? What a joyful life. What an uplifting life. What a blessed life that is when we can give our life to God and gurus. God bless you all. Happy Master's birthday. Thank you, Natindra. Bye-bye.